He likes Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, they have good, well, especially if you like this buffalo sauce here.
He likes.
You like spicy?
He does. He loves spicy.
All right.
We need to get him to eat a little bit more, though. Look how skinny he is.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. Here, let's put it over there. Good. Okay, here's our timer. Okay. Oh, what's going on? My stencil on here. You were doing so well on this one, so we'll just do this. Okay, Nate. Let's see. So, you ready? Okay. All right, so this time I thought we could talk a little bit about some economics. Economics. So let's first start. What does that even mean, right? Have you ever wanted something so bad, that you felt like you absolutely needed it? Okay, like you had to have it. Have you ever had that feeling? N, E, keep going. E, D, I, yeah, keep going. N, needing. Okay. Needing. S, O, M, E, keep going. T, H, I, N, needing something. Needing something. R, E, good, keep going. A, L, L, good, keep going. R-E-A-L-L-Y, needing something really E, N, okay, needing something really, start again. J, good, keep going. J, find it, find it, find it. U, good, keep going. S, T, M, E, keep going. A, keep going. N, means, needing something really just means T, H, E, R, E, there, I, there is a, N, E, keep going, E, there is a need, A, okay, A, B, oh, that we don't want to do, need, F, keep going, F what? O, R, just means there is a need for, oh bless you, M, you okay? O, N, E, bring it, one up. Okay. All right, keep going. Anything else? And no, okay. That's interesting, Nate. Okay, so needing something really just means there is a need for money. Okay, well I think though then you're associating what someone would be needing is something that they would want to purchase or buy, right? Is that true? Find it. Y, keep going. E, keep going. Okay, well, but what if someone feels they really, really, really need love? What about that? So what if you really, 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 really just need love? Or what if you really, 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 really need happiness. A, L, O, T, N, okay, a lot, O, keep going, F, a lot of, N, E, I, yeah, we're not going to keep going to that though, E, D, a lot of needs, R, E, good, L, keep going, A, keep going, find it, find it, find it, S, T, keep going, I think that's supposed to be relate, T, O, M, O, N, keep going, N, E, good, bring it, Y, a lot of needs relate to money, B, good, keep going, nice, Nate, U, keep going, but, Y, O, good, keep going, U, R, good, keep going, go, 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 you have to lift it, but your, S, yeah, keep going, R, I, G, keep going, H, but you're right, you okay? Okay. N, O, T, you're right, not, A, L, L. Okay. Natto. Okay. Yeah. No, and I think what you're saying, I mean, it's very justified. In fact, what we're going to talk about in regards to economics actually does have a money talk component. So, okay, so think about this though. So we're talking right now about needs, right? Something that you need. When you talk about something that need, okay, need is what we would consider a must-have, okay? So need, must-have. So can you think, though, of a need someone needs, something someone needs, you must have it? A, B, oh, okay, remember we don't want to do that, though. F, good, Nate, much better. F, bring it over somewhere. O, N, Nate, thank you. Don't do it. F-O-O, yes, do it again, please. F, over. O, two of them. O, and up, 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 up. One up. There you go. Good. Food. Food is definitely a need. Good, Nate. Yes. Food. Humans need food to survive, otherwise you would die, right? What's another need? Something you have to have. M. Can we start again? M. Not in a row. So either M or something else. M, O, N, keep going, E, Y. You're kind of stuck on that one. Money. Okay, this is an interesting one. I would agree with you in today's day and age. Money, even the smallest amount, is a need. We do need it to survive for buying things, food, that kind of thing. So I'll give it to you here, okay? The amount of money, though, could turn into something else. So can you think of anything else we need to survive? G. Don't go in a row. Nate? Now you're just being silly with it. H. O. Good man. Better. M, H-O-M. Okay, sure. And a lot of people would say some kind of home, or really what you could say here is a shelter. Some kind of shelter is a must. You're right, for people it is. For really any animal it is, right? So some kind of shelter or home. Some others that you might say that another need is some kind of clothing or cover for warmth, right? That's a necessity. Water. Water is a definite another human necessity. Interestingly enough, a needs list, when you think about it, is actually quite small. Okay? And it's quite small because the things one truly needs to survive is a lot less than what we often have, right? So can you think of something else that isn't necessarily true to a need, but that someone or what people might think is a need? So I'll give you an example. A lot of people say that having a phone is an absolute need. You have to have it to survive. But truly, you really wouldn't have to have one. So can you think of something that oftentimes people think is a need? You need it to survive, but it's really not. C, A, exactly. Yep, come on. R, very good. Yes. Car is. So this brings us to our second category. When we're talking economics, we often talk about this idea of needs versus wants. Okay? So when we talk about this idea of need versus want, okay? Want is something that obviously you want, but you do not need to survive. But some things kind of go into that gray area. Money in particular is one. Do you want millions of dollars? Maybe. Do you need millions of dollars to survive? No. Do you need money in some capacity to survive, though? I would agree with you, yes, on that one. So that's kind of the difference, okay? Do you maybe need some form of transportation to survive? Yes. Does it have to be a car? No, okay? So that's one of those things that you want to be very, very careful of. So want is basically something we don't have to have. Now, can you think of maybe two other wants that you might want, people might want, whatnot, okay? M, keep going. M, P or U, okay. S, keep going. I, one off, C, good. Let's do it again. M, bring it. U, bring it over. S, good, up. I, up, up, up. One off there. Good. Sure. Music, that is certainly one. Nice. One more. One more. F, keep going. O, O, T, foot. Foot what? Foot, G, C doesn't make sense. Foot what? B, A, yes. Football. Okay, that's an interesting one. Very appropriate since we're, in the playoffs here, so that's good. Okay, so maybe want. So being able to have those types of things. Very good, Nate. So, essentially, a want is something that is not a necessity, right? So this then, in economics, brings us to this other idea of something called supply and demand. S-U-P-P-L-Y, supply and demand, okay? So let's start here, supply. Supply is simply defined as how much of something is available. A-V-A-I-L-A-B-L-E, okay? So let's think about cars, the wants that we were talking about. Okay? We say, what is the supply of cars? You are talking about how many cars you have available to you. Okay? So if you're at a car dealership and you have 172 cars in your lot, 172 is your what? S, good, bring it down. U, P, double letter, P, L, and bring it. Exactly, Nate, exactly. It is your supply, okay? So then, though, on the other hand, you have your demand. The demand is how much of something people want. So go back to our cars. Let's say you have a supply of 172, but you have a demand of 201. Okay? The 201 is the demand, and it means you have 201 what? P, good, keep going. Go, 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 a little higher. E, O, good, keep going. P, L, 201 people. Okay, 201 people are, keep going. Yeah, don't go in a row, that's good. W, keep going. On it then. Okay, RWF. Can you sit up? Okay. W, good, keep going. Go, go, go. A, N, T, keep going. I, better, Nate. Good, yes. Wanting. C, A, keep going. R, yes. 200 people wanting to buy cars, essentially, right? Good, Nate, that's right. The problem here is now our supply and demand, you would say, are what? What are the supply and demand? They are the numbers, if you look at them. D, I, keep going, all the way, yep, F, keep going. Keep going. E, nice, bring it. R, differ. Yes, E, N, they are different, yes. Now, you just think about it. There's no right or wrong answer for you. If you had, let's say we keep this car situation, if you had 150 cars, your supply, you had only 80 people for a demand, or the demand of 80, okay? Do you think this scenario would be better or worse than the first scenario when you had a higher demand? It's up to you. Okay, B is an option. E, good. T, keep going. E, and, okay, so you think having a higher supply is better. All right, so here's the pros and cons, okay? When you have a higher supply and a lower demand, okay? Some pros of that is you can serve everyone, right? And if you serve everyone, how do you think it makes your customers feel? G, one of O, and G-O-O-E doesn't make sense, yeah. Do that O to D again, O, D. Yeah, it does, you're right. It would make people feel good. Now it does sometimes depend though, and this brings you into the con column. Sometimes if you always, excuse you, have demand left over, sometimes people then question your product. Why isn't it selling? Why is it still there? The other thing is, if you have a lower demand, then the idea of the want, or a want turning to a need, for example, want to a need seems less. And the thing is if as a person selling something, you can get people to see something as a need, you're going to have more sales. You could even up price your item of whatever you're selling, and then it seems like people, I have to have it. It's in high demand. A good example right now is the gaming systems. Over Christmas, that little Nintendo, the new Nintendo they released, ooh, excuse me, was in such big demand that people were willing to pay a couple $100s when they only cost $50. So sometimes that's the issue, okay? So it really depends. Sometimes people would say having a higher demand is better, and sometimes people would say having a higher supply is better, okay? So does this make sense to you? Y, keep going. E, yes. I will tell you personally, I think where it makes sense to have a higher supply is in food. Excuse me. Now, I'm not saying too high, but think about if you go to a restaurant and constantly when you go to that restaurant, they're out of something. Okay? Eventually, you're going to get so frustrated, you're not going to want to go back. So I do think you also have to be careful. So essentially, as close as you can get the supply to the demand is probably going to be a best bet. But again, depending on what you have, you might alter it based on what you're trying to do. Okay, so I want you to think of a scenario now of an object that you might be selling. Okay? All right. I, F, IFG doesn't make sense. F, O, okay, yes, but that would be PH, not F. Yeah, P, H, O on it, and that's a good one. Okay, go ahead, yeah. iPhone. Okay, so maybe you're selling an iPhone. Okay? I want you to tell me how you would structure these things. I, R, keep going, W, O, good, keep going, W, O, on it, U, L, keep going, W, O, U, L, D, I, would, H, keep going, A, find it, U, V, good, keep going, go, go, I would have, L, SL, sorry, I, G, keep going, H, keep going, go, 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 T, L, keep going, I would have slightly, L, good, keep going, L, do that again, L, keep going, E, S, S, I would have slightly less, I, N, S, okay, go ahead then, S, bring it down, U, P, P, L, on it, okay, bring it down then, supply, in supply, okay, you're gonna stick with that. Oh no, I think you changed then. You said, yeah, okay, so you changed your mind based on what I told you, okay, all right, so slightly less, that's really
Well,
good.
actually, no, in one case, he was the consumer, and that's when he wanted more supply, and when he was the seller, he wanted less supply, so the guy's a natural.
Oh, I didn't notice I did that. So okay, yeah, no, that actually makes a difference too. That's a good point. Your reason for behind supply versus demand could be different based on if you're the consumer versus the sales. That's a really good point too. So, all right, Nate, that was really, really good. Okay, you know what? Kudos to you. Really, really good. Next time you come, do you have any idea of what you would like to talk about, or we could I'll pick something again when I see you next. R, okay, S, T, O, S, T, O, R, good. Keep going, go, go, don't you go in a row. You just had to, didn't you? R, okay, you want to write a story? We'll see how your pointing is next time, okay? We could give it a try. Good, okay, all right, that sounds good. Here's your papers. Can you pick up a chicken, put them in there? Thank you. And don't forget your buffalo sauce. Good, you can.